I appreciate that I'm such a a loner ass. I'm so quiet for real. Kinda. And people still invite me places and want me to come out. Like I don't just stand there on my phone or with a blunt.
More questions than answers surrounding the death of a social media influencer. Her body found in an abandoned home in Cleveland. The victim's family wondering why the 30-year-old from Baltimore was in Cleveland and what caused her death. Michelle Nix has the story tonight.
She loved being around people. She loved being the center of attention. She just wanted to be a positive or negative force in people's lives.
Influencer Rena Dunlap had tens of thousands of social media followers and knew how to get attention.
She also was very controversial, and I know a lot of people say, oh, she said negative things.
Rena was chasing her lifelong dream of being famous.
Over 100,000 followers. Dreams of reality TV. A life seemingly on the brink of something big. Then silence. How does a vibrant young woman, known to her online world as the Nude Queen, end up dead in an abandoned house, hundreds of miles from home? Karen Dunlap, or Rena as she was known online, was more than just an influencer. She was ambitious. She was driven. She wanted to be famous. She wanted to be seen. She wanted more. Her family described her as loving, generous, and someone who loved attention. But they also acknowledged she could be controversial, sometimes even seeking attention in negative ways. She was complex. She was real. But Rena's story took a devastating turn. On January 21, 2025, her body was found in this abandoned house on Francis Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland, a city where she had no known connections. Her family, her friends, everyone was stunned. Why Cleveland? What happened in those final, terrifying hours? This isn't just another true crime story. This is a story about ambition, about the allure of online fame, and about the chilling mystery surrounding Rena's death. We're going to examine every piece of the puzzle, from her social media presence to the disturbing revelations that emerged after her death. We'll explore the theories, the unanswered questions, and the possibility that someone knows more than they're letting on. What really happened to Rena Dunlap? Was it a tragic accident? Or was it something far more ominous? Welcome to Viral True Crime Stories, where we bring you the most compelling and heartbreaking true crime cases. Every story we share is based on real events that deserve to be heard. Please support us by subscribing to our channel and hitting the notification bell icon so you never miss an important story. Cleveland, a city forged in the fires of industry, now a vibrant hub of arts and culture. From its roots as a manufacturing powerhouse to its modern-day renaissance, Cleveland's story is one of resilience and reinvention. From the world-renowned Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to the picturesque shores of Lake Erie, Cleveland offers a diverse range of attractions. Whether you're exploring its historic neighborhoods or catching a game downtown, there's something for everyone in this dynamic city. Cleveland, a city of passionate sports fans, a city of proud locals, a city with a distinct character. Its spirit is as strong as the steel that once built its skyline, and its future is as bright as the lights that now illuminate its vibrant downtown. Cleveland, Ohio, a city on the rise, a city of contrasts, a city with a story to tell. Cleveland, once known primarily for its industrial past, has transformed itself into a modern metropolis. Its revitalized waterfront, its thriving culinary scene, and its commitment to innovation make it a city worth exploring. Who was Karen Dunlap? What drove her? What were her dreams? To understand the mystery surrounding her death, we need to understand her life. Karen, or Rena as she later became known, was a Maryland native. Her mother, Karen Jones, described her as someone who loved being the center of attention. She was kind, loving, generous, but also, as her mother admitted, controversial. If she couldn't get attention positively, she'd find a way to get it negatively. Raina craved the spotlight. Fame, it seemed, was her ultimate goal, and she found that spotlight online. As the nude queen, Raina cultivated a significant following. Over 100,000 people across various platforms were drawn to her personality, her style, her everything. She was building a brand. She was building a platform. She was building a future. But Raina's ambitions extended beyond just online fame. She had bigger dreams. She wanted to be on television. Specifically, she had her sights set on BADDiES Midwest, a reality show known for its drama and larger-than-life personalities. Was this her ticket to stardom? Was this the reason she was in Cleveland? It's a question that haunts her family. They had no idea she'd even left Maryland. No connections to Cleveland. Nothing. Cleveland. A city shrouded in mystery for Raina. Was she there for an audition? Was she meeting someone connected to the show? Or was there something else entirely? Something hidden? Her family believes she would never have willingly gone into an abandoned house. And they noticed something else. When her body was found, she was dressed in clothes they described as uncharacteristic, large, baggy. And her belongings, gone. Her phone, her ID, everything is missing. The timeline is crucial. It's a series of dates, a series of unanswered calls, a growing sense of dread. When did anyone last hear from Raina? When did her vibrant online presence go silent? The last time Raina's family spoke to her was November 2024. After that, nothing. Her phone went dead. Her social media fell silent. Days passed. No word. No sign. Then, on January 21st, 2025, the unthinkable happened. Raina's body was discovered in this abandoned house on Francis Avenue in Cleveland. Vacant. Empty. Decaying. This was the place where Raina's dreams came to an end. A place she had no reason to be. A place that holds so many secrets. The scene was disturbing. Raina was found dressed in clothes her family didn't recognize. Oversized. Baggy. It was as if she had dressed in a hurry, or perhaps someone else had dressed her. But that wasn't all. Something else was missing. Something vital. Raina's belongings. Her phone. Her ID. Gone. Vanished. Where were they? What secrets did they hold? Who had them? And why? The initial police investigation revealed no obvious signs of trauma. No visible wounds. No immediate indication of foul play. Was it an accident? Was it something else? The family immediately suspected something was amiss. They knew Raina. They knew something wasn't right. But even without visible injuries, questions lingered. How did she end up in that house? Who was she with? What happened in those final hours? The absence of trauma didn't mean there wasn't a crime. It just meant the answers were harder to find. And the missing belongings, they spoke volumes. Someone had taken them. Someone had taken something. For Raina's family, the news was a devastating blow. Confusion, grief, disbelief. How could this be happening? How could their vibrant, loving Raina be gone? Her mother, Karen Jones, described Raina as someone who loved being the center of attention. Someone kind, loving, generous. A daughter, a sister, a friend. Their bond was strong. Their love was unconditional. But amidst the grief, questions arose. Unanswered questions that gnawed at their hearts. Why Cleveland? It was a question they kept asking themselves. A question that offered no easy answers. Initially, there was speculation. Whispers. The possibility of a drug overdose. But Raina's family vehemently rejected this idea. I will stake my life, her mother said. That the toxicology is going to come back, that she did not have any hard drugs in her system. They knew Raina. They knew her struggles, her challenges. And they knew, in their hearts, that hard drugs were not part of her life. Could they be right? Was there something else at play? The mystery of Cleveland loomed large. Why was she there? Who was she with? What was she doing in that abandoned house? Her family had no connections to the city. Raina had never even mentioned going there. It was as if she had vanished from Maryland and reappeared in a place shrouded in secrecy. The confusion was overwhelming. The grief was unbearable. And the unanswered questions, they were a constant torment. Our biggest concern, her mother stated, is that someone was holding her against her will. Held against her will? It was a chilling thought. A thought that raised even more questions. Had Raina become entangled in something dangerous? Had someone taken advantage of her? Had her dreams of fame turned into a nightmare? Her family's plea was simple. Find the truth. Find out what happened to Raina. Bring her home. But the truth, as they were about to discover, was far more complicated and far more disturbing than they could have ever imagined. The search for answers in Raina's case took a disturbing turn. A revelation that changed everything. A detail that cast a long shadow over the events leading up to her death. Just days before her body was discovered, Karen Raina Dunlap visited a rape crisis center in Cleveland. This changes everything. What happened in Cleveland that led her there? What trauma, what fear, drove her to seek help? This wasn't just a visit. This was a cry for help. A desperate plea for someone to listen. Someone to understand. But what was she trying to say? The information surrounding this visit is sensitive. Details are limited. But the implications are enormous. It suggests that Raina was in distress. That she felt unsafe. That something terrible had happened. And then there were the allegations. Claims made by Raina herself, shared on social media, but never seen by her family. Claims that she had been sex trafficked. Claims that she had been drugged. These allegations are serious. They are disturbing. They paint a picture of a young woman in fear. A young woman who may have been targeted. A young woman who may have been trying to escape a dangerous situation. Did Raina fear for her safety? Was someone targeting her? Was she trying to tell someone what was happening to her? Were her cries for help missed? These are the questions that haunt her family. These are the questions that demand answers. The visit to the rape crisis center. The allegations of trafficking and drugging. These are not just clues. They are red flags. They are warnings. They suggest that Raina's death was not a simple accident. They suggest that something far more complex, far more ominous may have occurred. The abandoned house. The missing belongings. The disturbing revelations. The pieces of the puzzle are starting to come together. But the full picture, it's still shrouded in darkness. Now, we come to the crucial part of any investigation: theories. What are the possible scenarios? What could have happened to Karen Raina Dunlap? Was it an accidental overdose? While her family strongly denies Raina used hard drugs, could something have happened that night? A mistake? An unknown substance? Is a possibility that has to be considered. Or was she the victim of a crime? Was she targeted? Was she lured to that abandoned house? The allegations of sex trafficking and drugging cast a long shadow. Did someone take advantage of her? Did someone hurt her? Or is there something else we're missing? A factor we haven't considered? A piece of the puzzle that's still hidden? The truth is, we don't know for sure. And that's what makes this case so disturbing. Let's revisit the BADDiES Midwest angle. Was Raina in Cleveland because of the show? Was she meeting someone connected to it? Did something go wrong? It's a thread we can't ignore. Her family didn't even know she was out of state. So, who did she meet in Cleveland? Who was she with? What were her plans? These are questions that need answers. And then, there's the biggest missing piece of all. Raina's phone. Where is it? Who has it? What secrets does it contain? Her phone could hold the key to everything. It could reveal her last conversations, her location, her interactions in Cleveland. Someone has it. Someone knows what's on it. And that someone, they may be watching. They may be listening. They may even be involved. The theories are many. The questions are endless. But one thing is certain. Raina's story is far from over. The truth is out there, waiting to be uncovered. But finding it, that's going to be the challenge. In any investigation, the devil is in the details. The smallest clue, the seemingly insignificant piece of evidence, can be the key to unlocking the truth. let's take a closer look at what we know about Raina's case. Raina's presence in Cleveland remains a central mystery. Her family insists she had no ties to the city, yet she was there. What brought her to Cleveland? Was it connected to BADDiES Midwest, as some speculate? Or was there another reason? A reason she kept hidden from her loved ones? A piece of the puzzle. Her phone, her ID, her personal items. Where are they? What happened to them? Were they taken by someone? Or did Raina leave them behind intentionally? If her phone is out there, somewhere, its contents could be explosive. Her calls, her texts, her social media activity, they could reveal who she was with in Cleveland, what she was doing, and what might have happened to her. The visit to the Rape Crisis Center is perhaps the most disturbing element of this case. It tells us that Raina was in distress, that she felt threatened, that she needed help. But what happened? What trauma did she experience? What made her seek help in a city where she knew no one? The allegations of sex trafficking and drugging add another layer of complexity. These are serious accusations. If true, they suggest that Raina was the victim of a horrific crime. But we need more evidence to confirm these claims. The lack of visible trauma on Raina's body initially led investigators to consider other possibilities, including a drug overdose. But her family's insistence that she didn't use hard drugs, combined with the other disturbing clues, casts doubt on this theory. The truth is, we have more questions than answers. The evidence is fragmented. The picture is incomplete. But as we continue to examine the details, as we continue to piece together the puzzle, a clearer image begins to emerge. An image that suggests Raina's death was not a simple tragedy. An image that suggests something far more ominous may have happened. Raina's story is inextricably linked to the world of social media. She was the nude queen. She had a following. She had a presence. She craved the attention that online fame could bring. But did that fame also make her vulnerable? Did it make her a target? The internet can be a powerful tool for connection, for self-expression, for building a brand. But it also has a dark side. A side where anonymity breeds cruelty. A side where obsession can turn into something dangerous. Did Raina's online persona attract unwanted attention? Did someone become fixated on her? Did someone cross the line from fan to stalker? These are questions that investigators must consider. Cyberstalking is a real threat. It's a form of harassment that can escalate quickly, moving from online messages to real-world danger. Did Raina experience this? Was she being harassed online? Was someone tracking her movements? Was someone watching her every move? The anonymity of the internet can embolden people. It can give them a sense of power, a sense of impunity. They can say things, they can do things that they would never do in person. Did someone use this anonymity to target Raina? Did someone use it to manipulate her? Did someone use it to harm her? Raina's family mentioned that she had posted about being sex trafficked and drugged. While they didn't see these posts themselves, their existence raises serious concerns. Were these cries for help? Were these warnings about a dangerous situation? Or were they something else entirely? The social media angle of this case is complex. It's a world of likes and followers, of hashtags and trends. But it's also a world of vulnerability, of exploitation, of potential danger. Did Raina's pursuit of online fame put her in harm's way? Did it make her a target for someone with malicious intent? The truth may be hidden somewhere in the digital world. In the messages, in the posts, in the connections that Raina made online. But finding that truth, that's going to be the challenge. We've explored the life of Karen Raina Dunlap, her dreams, her ambitions, her online persona. We've examined the circumstances surrounding her death, the abandoned house, the missing belongings, the disturbing clues. Now it's time to connect the dots. It's time to unravel the mystery. Let's recap the key evidence. Raina's presence in Cleveland remains unexplained. Her family had no knowledge of her trip. Her connection to BADDiES Midwest is a possibility, but not confirmed. Her missing phone and belongings suggest foul play. Her visit to the Rape Crisis Center indicates she was in distress. And the allegations of sex trafficking and drugging paint a picture of a young woman in danger. These pieces of the puzzle are fragmented. They are incomplete, but together they tell a story that is both tragic and unsettling, a story that demands a thorough investigation. The Cleveland Police Department is tasked with uncovering the truth. They must follow every lead, explore every possibility, leave no stone unturned. They need to find Raina's phone. They need to identify who she was with in Cleveland. They need to determine what happened in that abandoned house. This isn't just about solving a crime. It's about finding justice for Raina. It's about giving her family the answers they desperately seek. It's about uncovering the truth, no matter how painful it may be. The investigation is ongoing, but the questions remain. Was Raina the victim of a calculated crime? Was she targeted because of her online fame? Did someone she knew betray her? Or was there something else entirely? Something we haven't even considered? The search for truth is a long and arduous process. It requires patience, dedication, and a relentless pursuit of justice. But in the end, the truth will prevail. It always does. But what will that truth reveal? Amidst the investigation, the theories, the unanswered questions, it's easy to lose sight of the most important element of this story, the human cost. The devastating impact of Raina's death on her family. Karen Jones lost her daughter, a vibrant, loving, sometimes controversial daughter. Someone who craved attention, who dreamed of fame, who was deeply loved. Kira Dunlap lost her sister, a sister who was always there for her, who watched out for her, who shared her life. These are real people, people who are grieving, people who are struggling to understand how their lives have been irrevocably changed, people who are desperately seeking answers. Raina was more than just the nude queen. She was a daughter, a sister, a friend. She had dreams. She had aspirations. She had a life that was cut short far too soon. Her story is a tragic reminder of the human cost of violence, of the pain and suffering that is left behind when someone is taken too soon. Beyond the headlines, beyond the speculation, beyond the mystery, there is a family in mourning. A family that is grappling with an unimaginable loss. A family that deserves justice. Remembering Raina. Remembering her laughter, her spirit, her love. Remembering the joy she brought to those around her. Remembering the dreams she had, the future that was stolen from her. Her story is a tragedy, but it's also a story about love, about family, about the enduring power of the human spirit. And it's a story that must be told. Despite the investigation, despite the theories, despite the efforts to uncover the truth, some key questions remain unanswered. Lingering mysteries that continue to haunt Raina's family and investigators alike. Why was she in Cleveland? This is the central question that hangs over the entire case. Her family insists she had no connection to the city. No friends, no family, no known business there. So what brought her to Cleveland? Was it BADDiES Midwest, as some speculate? Was she meeting someone connected to the show? Or was there another reason? A secret she kept hidden from everyone? What happened in the abandoned house? This is the question that keeps her family awake at night. What transpired in those final hours? Was she alone? Was she with someone? Was she attacked? Was she in danger? The walls of that vacant house hold secrets. Secrets that could unlock the truth. Where are her belongings? Her phone, her ID, her personal items. They vanished. Poof. Into thin air. What happened to them? Were they taken by someone? Or did Raina leave them behind intentionally? Her phone, in particular, could be a goldmine of information. Her calls, her texts, her social media activity, they could reveal who she was with, what she was doing, and what might have happened to her. The visit to the Rape Crisis Center raises even more questions. What happened in Cleveland that drove her to seek help? What trauma did she experience? What fear was she running from? The answers to these questions could be crucial to understanding the circumstances surrounding her death. And then, there are the allegations of sex trafficking and drugging. These are serious claims that must be investigated thoroughly. Were they true? Was Raina the victim of a horrific crime? Or were they simply rumors? Whispers in the dark. These unanswered questions, they are the heart of this mystery. They are the reason why this case remains open. They are the driving force behind the search for truth. Someone knows the answers. Someone knows what happened to Raina. The question is, will they come forward? We've explored the possible scenarios surrounding Raina's death. But which theory is most likely? What evidence supports it? And what are the weaknesses, the holes in the narrative? Let's take a critical look at the theories. The accidental overdose theory, while initially considered, faces significant challenges. Raina's family vehemently denies her use of hard drugs. And while toxicology results are pending, the other evidence, the missing belongings, the rape crisis center visit, the trafficking allegations points away from a simple overdose. The theory that Raina was the victim of a crime is compelling. The rape crisis center visit suggests she was in danger. The allegations of sex trafficking and drugging, while needing further investigation, are deeply troubling. And the fact that her belongings are missing strengthens the suspicion of foul play. But who would target her? And why? The BADDiES Midwest angle remains a possibility. Was she in Cleveland for the show? Was she meeting someone connected to it? Did something go wrong? It's a thread worth pursuing, but so far, there's no concrete evidence linking the show directly to her death. The social media angle is also complex. Did her online fame make her a target? Did she encounter someone dangerous online? Was she being harassed or stalked? It's a possibility that needs to be explored. But again, concrete evidence is lacking. So, where does that leave us? With more questions than answers. With a collection of theories, each with its strengths and weaknesses. With a mystery that continues to deepen. The truth is, there's no single theory that perfectly explains all the facts. There are still too many missing pieces. Too many unanswered questions. The puzzle is incomplete. And until we find those missing pieces, until we get those answers, the mystery of Raina's death will remain. In the search for truth, one entity plays a crucial role: law enforcement. The Cleveland Police Department is tasked with investigating Raina's death, with piecing together the fragments of evidence, and bringing those responsible to justice. Their investigation is complex. They must sift through the available information, separate fact from speculation, follow every lead, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem. They must interview witnesses, analyze evidence, and reconstruct the events leading up to Raina's death. The importance of evidence cannot be overstated. Raina's phone, if found, could hold vital clues. Her last calls, her texts, her social media activity, they could reveal who she was with in Cleveland, what she was doing, and what might have happened to her. The visit to the rape crisis center is another crucial piece of evidence. The details of her visit, the information she shared, could shed light on the danger she was in. Investigators must work to uncover what happened, what trauma she experienced, what fear drove her to seek help. The allegations of sex trafficking and drugging must also be thoroughly investigated. These are serious accusations, and if true, they suggest a horrific crime. Investigators must follow these leads, gather evidence, and determine if there is any truth to these claims. The abandoned house itself is a crime scene. Every detail, every piece of evidence must be meticulously examined. Fingerprints, DNA, any trace of human presence, they could all be crucial to solving this case. The investigation is a race against time. Memories fade, evidence can be lost or destroyed, and the trail can grow cold. But the Cleveland police are determined to find the truth. They are committed to bringing justice to Raina and her family. Their work is not easy. They face challenges, obstacles, and dead ends. But they persevere, because they know that somewhere, hidden within the evidence, lies the answer to the mystery of Raina's death. And that answer, it's waiting to be found. In the search for justice, law enforcement isn't alone. The power of community can play a vital role in solving a case, in bringing closure to a family, in uncovering the truth. Someone out there may have information. Someone may have seen something. Someone may know something that could be the key to unlocking the mystery of Raina's death. Even the smallest detail, the seemingly insignificant piece of information, could be crucial. If you have any information, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem, please contact the Cleveland Police Department. Your call could make a difference. Your information could be the break they need to solve this case. In the age of social media, online communities can also play a role. People share information, they discuss theories, they try to piece together the puzzle. But it's important to remember, leave the investigation to law enforcement. While online sleuthing can be helpful in raising awareness and generating leads, it's crucial to avoid spreading misinformation or speculation. False accusations can harm innocent people and hinder the investigation. Let the professionals do their job. They have the training, the resources, and the legal authority to gather evidence and pursue justice. Sharing information responsibly is key. If you have a legitimate tip, contact the police directly. Don't post it online. Don't share it with anyone other than law enforcement. Protect the integrity of the investigation. The power of community lies in its ability to support, to uplift, to encourage. It lies in its willingness to come together in the face of tragedy. But it also lies in its respect for the legal process, in its understanding that justice must be pursued through proper channels. Together, we can help bring justice to Reina. Together, we can help uncover the truth. But it requires responsibility. It requires patience. And it requires trust in the system. Let's work together. Let's share information responsibly. Let's support the investigation. Let's bring Reina's story to a close. Reina's story is a tragedy, but it's also a reflection of our times. A cautionary tale about the allure of online fame, the potential dangers of online culture, and the importance of empathy in a world that often seems to lack it. The pursuit of online fame can be intoxicating. The likes, the followers, the comments, they can create a sense of validation, a sense of belonging. But they can also be fleeting, superficial, and ultimately meaningless. Did Reina's desire for online attention make her vulnerable? Did it make her a target? These are questions we need to ask ourselves. Because Reina's story is not unique. It's a story that's playing out in different ways, in different forms, all across the internet. The internet can be a dangerous place. Cyberstalking, harassment, online manipulation, these are real threats. They can have devastating consequences, and they can escalate quickly, moving from the virtual world to the real world. We need to be more aware of these dangers. We need to educate ourselves, our children, our communities, about the risks of online interaction. We need to be more vigilant. We need to be more protective. But awareness isn't enough. We also need empathy. We need to treat each other with respect, both online and offline. We need to remember that behind every profile, behind every post, there is a real person. A person with feelings, with dreams, with vulnerabilities. Reina's story is a reminder that words matter, actions matter, and how we treat each other matters. We need to be kinder. We need to be more compassionate. We need to be more human. Let's learn from Reina's story. Let's use it as an opportunity to reflect on our own online behavior. Let's strive to create a safer, more respectful, more empathetic online world. Because in the end, we are all connected. We are all part of the human family, and we all deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. Let's honor Reina's memory by making a difference. Let's choose kindness. Let's choose empathy. Let's choose to make the world a better place. Amidst the mystery, the investigation, the search for answers, it's important to remember Reina not just for how she died, but for how she lived. Reina was a daughter, a sister, a friend. She was ambitious. She was driven. She was determined to make her mark on the world. She was loved. She was cherished. And she is deeply missed. Her family is holding a memorial service to celebrate her life and legacy. A chance for those who loved her to come together, to share memories, to grieve, and to remember the vibrant young woman she was. Reina's story is a tragedy. A life cut short too soon. A dream extinguished before it could fully blossom. But her memory will live on, in the hearts of those who knew and loved her, in the stories they share, in the impact she had on their lives. She may be gone, but she will never be forgotten. Her spirit, her energy, her passion for life, these are the things that will endure. These are the things that will keep her memory alive. Reina's story is a reminder to cherish every moment, to love fiercely, to pursue our dreams with passion and determination, to live life to the fullest. Raina's light may have been extinguished too soon, but it will continue to shine brightly in the hearts of those who remember her. Rest in peace, Raina. Your memory will live on. The story of Karen Raina Dunlap is a tragedy, a mystery, a call for justice. A young woman, full of dreams and aspirations, found dead in an abandoned house, far from home. Her belongings are missing. Her final hours were shrouded in secrecy. The circumstances surrounding her death raise more questions than answers. Why was she in Cleveland? What happened in that abandoned house? Who was she with? These are the questions that haunt her family. These are the questions that demand answers. We need your help. Someone out there may have information. Someone may have seen something. Someone may know something that could be the key to unlocking this mystery. Share this video. Spread awareness. Talk about Raina's story. Let's keep her case alive. Let's keep the pressure on. Let's demand justice. Raina's story is a reminder of the fragility of life, of the dangers that can lurk in the shadows, of the importance of seeking truth, no matter how painful it may be. We must never forget Raina. We must never give up on finding out what happened to her. We must never stop fighting for justice, because Raina deserves justice. Her family deserves answers, and we as a society deserve to know the truth. The truth is out there, and it's waiting to be found. Raina's story is a tragedy, but her memory will live on. May her family find comfort in the love and joy she brought to their lives. We offer our deepest condolences to Raina's family and friends. May the truth about what happened bring them some measure of peace. Raina's life was cut short too soon. We are heartbroken by this loss and offer our sincere condolences to all who knew and loved her. Our thoughts and prayers are with Raina's family during this incredibly difficult time. Dear viewers, if you found this investigation insightful, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell for future updates. It will mean a lot to us and encourage us to keep bringing you this true crime stories. Thanks for watching and sharing. Till next time, stay safe.